Welcome to Bones to Beards podcast with Brian and Chad and co-host Drew Giles, where we dive headfirst into the world of hunting and fishing with a healthy dose of humor and humility. Well, today we've got Justin Fadalla with Saltwater Finaddicts. Tell us a little bit about it.
Man, so Saltwater Finaddicts started as a Facebook group about 11 years ago. It was just me and some buddies. We got together, put this little group together. We share pictures and really just start janking on everybody and talking about what they can and can't catch. We got together and was like, hey, let's put a little tournament on. Well, the tournament blew up. It was real successful down at the Mexican restaurant right down the street from here. And then it's just kind of grown from there. We really like the whole getting the CCA involved and the Alabama Marine Resources involved, getting the tagging and stuff going back and forth, really pushing for that. We did a lot of tagging with the triple tail back with Megan Shant a long time ago. That was 7-8 years ago. She had a lot of data with that stuff. She moved to South Florida now, but she was real big help to us getting that triple tail deal pushed here. Then so time went on. We tried to do some keeping the speckled trout and redfish alive for the hatchery. It's so hot this time of year. It was really tough for us to keep those fish alive. So we kind of like positioned ourselves around flounder. That was really a big thing that everybody was complaining about. So we're able to keep those flounder alive really good here. We'll do some redfish occasionally, but mostly for now, it's just flounder. There is a winter tournament with Patrick Garmison, the 5 Alive, and we, potentially keep those fish alive for the hatchery for the speckled trout. It's in the wintertime, so it's a lot easier to keep those speckled trout alive. But this tournament's grown. We really enjoy doing it. Let's just hope that everything goes good this year with it.
So what kind of efforts have you seen in conservation from what this tournament has done?
So, man, I'm not really a huge inshore fisherman. I do go occasionally, get invited. But from what I understand, everybody's talking about the rebound of the flounder. I know you guys do a lot of inshore fishing.
Correct.
And
Right.
I know the numbers that we've seen here versus when we seen 7 or 8 years ago, the number has grown tremendously.
Absolutely.
Last year, the MRD actually sent a couple of guys out. They were clipping their tails to get the DNA to see if those fish are actually coming from the fish that we were giving them. So they could actually track those fish from the DNA to see, okay, these fish came from the hatchery back to that far.
So you were actually able to see that
Yes.
by doing that.
Yeah.
I see you got your tank over there at the weigh-in station. Tell us a little bit about that tank.
So, man, that was really for the conservation effort to bring those live speckled trout in and keep those things alive. And so me and Jay from Killer Dock, we got together and I was like, man, I got this idea for a rolling fish tank. Buddy donated it's 3/4 inch bulletproof glass. We didn't want some kid coming up there slapping it.
Right.
Big lawsuit over that, but it's 3/4 inch bulletproof glass. And then me and Jay just kind of worked out what I wanted. And Jay is a mastermind when it comes to work. If y'all seen his Killer Docks, man, he's
they are nice.
top notch on everything he does. It's a really big effort. And so, man, I think we took redfish all the way to Birmingham to the zoo up there for CCA. So it was quite a sight going down I-65 with redfish going down there. Lumatech gave us some light, so we had it all lit up running down 65 and, seeing those redfish. We had pictures all over Facebook about it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We actually, one year during Mardi Gras, we put some bass in it. Real easy to keep some bass in there. You just put some freshwater bass. And the, Mask of Mobile, they shared a big post that went viral, but they were like, oh, it's a saltwater tank. Well, it's a freshwater tank this trip.
It's freshwater today, huh?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit. We've got the plaque here on the table. Tell us a little bit about that. That thing is beautiful.
Man, so Josh Moore is one of my best friends' little brother. And Josh came to me and was like, man, I got an idea for a trophy. What do you think about this? And I'm like, dude, that is freaking cool. So he buys those boxes, fill it with acrylic or whatever that stuff is around it, gets a replica tail, paints it up, and then he sells those. So if anybody's looking, y'all hit up Josh Moore. He does great for birds. His big thing is birds and fish. He'll do some other stuff, but his passion is fish and birds.
He did a good job with that.
Yeah, that looks good.
Whoever wins that trophy's got a prize.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, we like to give back with this tournament. It's still the cheapest tournament on the coast for the amount of cash that we give away. We're $35 entries. I posted the payouts this morning. If you catch first place speckled trout, it's $1,000. First place redfish is $1,000. First place flounder is $1,000. The prizes drop from there. But we also got some cool prizes that we give away. Bahio gives us some sunglasses. Alabama Burning gave us a couple of those. Y'all saw those earlier. They're pretty sweet for the trash can slam and the import slam.
Yeah, those are nice.
We really wish our captain's meeting on Thursdays would really blow up. It's a lot of fun. I don't think people understand what it's actually about, but it's a cash Calcutta, and there's a lot of money to be made on those. It's something that's really fun.
I've been to a couple of those on the offshore stuff, and some of those tournaments. I fished some of the bill fishing tournaments before, and I think that captain's meeting got me in trouble one night, and I kind of the rest of the trip I wished I could get a helicopter to come get me off the boat. It was it was rough.
Well, we do ours the day before the day that tournament starts.
That's a good idea.
So we hit it on Thursday. The tournament starts Friday morning, so you got plenty of time. You got to be at work on Friday anyway, so
Right.
you got to keep your head in mind.
Yeah, this one was all you could eat and all you could drink, and oh my goodness, and everybody leaves at midnight. Well, I went straight from the captain's meeting to midnight on the boat, and I woke up and I drew first chair, and when them diesel fumes hit me, it was over with. And I don't get seasick, but I did that time, so it's
Yeah, I know what
But,
you mean.
but
How
that-
have you seen this tournament grow over the last few years?
So man, this thing really blew up the year of COVID. Right before the year of COVID, man, we had Dawa. Dawa was in here. They gave us all kind of crap. Like, just man, it was huge. We had over 300 something signups that year. COVID hit and it just sunk us. Like, luckily we had enough money from that year to
Right.
float us by, because
Right.
people weren't giving any money away. But we've got it wrapped back up, man. It's growing again. Last year was around 200. We're 219 this year, so it's growing. The hardest thing about this time of year is it's really hot. All the kids are back in school. You got football games, so
right.
we try to we don't want to move this tournament because we like to consider it the last tournament of the year. Like,
Correct.
we like it to be, that's our motto. This is the last tournament of the year. Come out, let's see what you got. Do you have it to fish in this kind of conditions?
Right.
Because it's the toughest conditions you're going to see all year.
Right.
The hardest fishing.
The fish move deep, and it is tough. 100%.
All right. We've already heard that some fishermen have already been dodging storms this morning, so it looks pretty good right now from where we are. But I think a few storms were out there early this morning.
Yeah, we've dodged them over the years. We've never really had a rain out. We moved our tournament one year due to some other stuff that was going on that weekend, but we got lucky. The minute we moved it, there was a huge hurricane that came in, so it was like, man, that worked out great for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've never had to move it for weather. It's always turned out pretty decent.
Well, we appreciate you inviting us and let us do this here and do this podcast here with it. So we're looking forward to it today. And anything else you want to tell us about the tournament?
Man, if anybody just wants to come by and see what we really do out here, this is what I have, built the Saltwater Finaddicts brand around, is conservation and kind of giving back to the community. The whole thing is, man, I'm sure y'all seen it. It's like such a not tight niche little clique deal, and
Right.
that's not what I like.
Right.
I remember growing up on the pier. Like, my dad, he was freshwater fisher. My mom and dad, that was brim fishermen. But I like the saltwater stuff. So going to the Dolphin Island Pier, none of those older guys wanted to help us kids. It was like
Correct.
such a big secret. I did get to fish in Navarre for a couple of years, and the guys on the pier in Navarre, man, I was knee high, and hey man, Pompano's come and get ready with your pole. Then that's what I like. If I can give back some information to help, I'm not saying let's go out and give everybody our spots, but we need to be more friendly in this, because when all this stuff comes down and they start taking our rights away, the numbers is what helps.
Right.
That's really, I meant to bring this up, but one of the things that really blew us up was when Red Snapper came out. They were like, hey, you get a 3-day season. One of my buddies says, hey man, put on there, we're going to block Orange Beach Pass. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. And so I put it on there joking around. Well, Tony Kenny calls me and he's like, man, you can't do that. And then I was talking to Scott O'Bannon, and Scott O'Bannon was like, man, you can't do that, but let's figure something out. So we come up with that peaceful protest, made national media coverage. We started in Orange Beach. There was Pensacola, Mississippi, Texas. All of those guys had some. Now, the numbers weren't as great as ours, and which I really appreciate everybody that came out. Because when you go to protesting and stuff, you think, oh gosh, it's really a bad thing.
Right.
But it was really a good thing that we made the media coverage. I made USA Today. There's a big article in there about it. So that's what I promote here, is like, let's all grow together and bring everybody together. Let's don't have these little cliques and that nobody can work things out against each other.
We appreciate everything that you do for the community and everything that's done with this tournament. And like I said, we appreciate you allowing us to come here today and do our podcast from the tournament. And I know you got to get busy here in a minute. We're about to get close to weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, man, let's get it. And thank y'all for coming out, and thank y'all for having me on.
All right.
Right.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
We are back with our co-host, Drew Giles. Tell us a little bit. Drew's also the Fever's a part of this fishing tournament. Tell us a little bit about what y'all do.
Yes, sir. A few years ago, Justin invited us into this, and we were very honored to get the invitation. We've done some other stuff with them, and we kind of took this over 2020, the Fever, and one of our first calls once we took over the Fever was to Justin, and give Justin a call and asked him if he wanted to be part of our our outdoor expo we were doing, and he's like, "Man, aren't y'all with the fever?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're with the fever." And he's like, "Man, don't you realize like we've had bad blood in the past? Like, not anymore. Like, we're new owners, and we want to collaborate. We don't have any bad blood, and don't have anything against you. Want to be with you." So ever since then, man, we've done some events together, and we do a drawdown every year. And a couple years ago, he offered to let us in on this, and it was a no-brainer. Like the thing I love about it most, man, is the flounder repopulation is awesome. Y'all know I love flounder fishing.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how many flounder come in live, and it's cool. I don't know if he told y'all. I didn't get to hear all of what he said, but did he tell you about the anglers getting vouchers to keep as many flounder as they
He
want?
did not
Nah.
mention
Okay,
that.
so
Nah.
yeah, so when you're fishing this tournament, we actually partner with several organizations, and one of them being the state gives us permission to allow anglers, if they're fishing this tournament and they have our voucher on, they have to have it on hand.
Right.
They're allowed to keep any size, as many flounder as they want, and and we give extra points on the small flounder because not many people know this, but most flounder over 12 inches aren't males; they're female.
Right.
Correct.
So we need those males for brood stock. The only way we're ever going to get them is this way right here.
Right.
When you have permission.
And that's when you're bringing them live.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's part of the deal. Like you have
Right.
to attempt to keep them live.
Right.
As hot as it is, it's super hard to keep fish alive. But as long as you're making that attempt to keep them live, and we have a very high success rate of people bringing them in live. I think last year we may have had one that didn't make it down in that tank. So it's not a bad number.
Good deal. Well, this is our first time at this tournament, and we appreciate you actually got us start where we could come on here and do this with y'all. So we appreciate that. So looking forward to today.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get this thing going.
All right, right now we got Real Twisted with us. He just let us know he's got an inshore slam this morning. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I caught the redfish first, right off the bat, about 30 minutes in. We got in the water about 2:30, just walking around lots, trying to work. And then out of nowhere, I was helping my little boy. He had a situation going on with his line. I turned around, my cork's gone. I went to set the hook, trying to figure out where it was, and that's thing he just took off. We had to chase him. And then early this morning, about 7:30, 7:40, I caught both of those back to back.
That's awesome.
The flounder and the speckled trout.
Well, good deal.
So
All size though.
yeah. So the conditions were pretty good this morning.
We had a storm behind us. I kept watching it on the weather radar, but it never come in within 50 miles of us. My little boy was getting scared. He's like, "Dad, that storm's coming in. That's lightning over there." I said, "Boy, if it ain't raining, we're good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the redfish. You said it had a bunch of spots.
Yeah. So last night when I really got it in the boat, measured everything, weighed it, we noticed that it had 12 spots on it. 5 on one side, 7 on the other.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll keep that first spot right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody brings anything in.
That'll be good. That's a good thing about us being here today. We get to watch that board all day long. So,
Yeah,
that's kind of
I got it on my phone constantly.
Yeah.
My wife done called me. She's like, "You weighing in?" I'm getting on the interstate. I said, "No, I'm going way in. You gonna have to catch up."
Well, did your son catch anything?
Oh yeah,
But hey, we trying to get him on the microphone. He don't want to get on. So.
he's a little shy. But he caught his redfish. He weighed in the redfish, weighed a little 4 or 5.
All right, good deal.
We caught a bunch of specks last night. Nothing was sized. I kept that one. That was the only one we caught that was over 15.
So fishing the lights a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We did see about a 7-foot alligator gar last night. It scared him to death. He come right beside the boat, gave us a look, went back down, never seen him again.
Wow.
We seen a couple jacks try to catch them. They wasn't nothing we had that they wanted, I guess.
Right. So what? You don't have to tell us where, but what was your tactic to catch these fish?
We was fishing slip courts.
Okay.
On popping courts, slip courts. I had him on a popping court. I was on a slipping court with live shrimp.
Okay.
We caught one croaker, a little baby croaker last night. I threw him out the back of the boat, let him free float around. Never got a bite.
Right.
Nothing even. I don't think nothing even. I was hoping that guard just hit him just for the fun of it.
Right.
But yeah, nothing hit him. So we just kept running the lights over in Deer River, Mobile Bay. Just fishing lights, trying to get underneath structure.
Right.
Sun come up and they kind of disappeared on us. We had to start fishing in the shadows right off the bat.
Right. All right. Well, good deal. We appreciate you coming on here and tell us a little bit about your morning this morning.
Yes, sir.
Well, good
I
luck to
appreciate
you.
Good luck
guys.
to
I'll
you.
be back.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll
Yes,
see you
sir.
again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we are back, and we have the crazy Cajun. He just weighed in some redfish, and tell us a little bit about this morning and how that happened.
Well, man, when we fished this tournament last year, we weather wasn't great on the first day. We had to do a little different. But I charter up here, and 2 weeks after the tournament, I got on some redfish in some areas, and I told Eric, I said, next year we need to look at this place because I'm willing to bet the redfish will be up here. He said, all right. So Monday morning, we got in the boat and we went. And we pulled up to the spot where I was catching them last year, and I heard the angels sing. We watched 4 schools chasing bait, just blowing the water up.
Oh, that's the best thing to see when you're redfishing now.
I thought I was home in Louisiana for my first cast, though, was a speckled trout. I'm like,
Wow.
okay, that's even bonus. We go 50 yards and we're watching. He throws to the opposite side because he heard a blow up. Catches I weighed him later. He was a 6'7". I'm like, they're here. We just kept going. I think we just caught 7 fish just to get a guesstimation. I had one that was sure enough 7, probably one of these ones we turned him loose. I said, they're here. We need to just back away. I get in the boat yesterday with a friend of mine, and I said, we're just going to look. And I said, I want to see the area. I said, but I'm going to go look on a different bank just to see what's there. We pull up. It's dead. There's no bait. I'm just like, oh no, oh no. Reminiscent of my tournament days when I used to fish the IFA.
That's always what you, and when you fish that tournament, that's you pre-fish it.
Ah,
Because I used to bass fish a lot, and we fish those bass terms, and you pre-fish it, and all it comes time tournament day, nothing.
and that's usually my luck back when I was on the IFA. I could be on 8.5-pound hammers, and in tournament day, they're gone.
Yeah.
And I would just leave. We were fishing yesterday. I made one cast. I popped the cork. It had to be about a 3-pound bass, hit the cork. And I said, Lord, this water done got so fresh. Anyway, we ran around, never saw the first sign. But my partner was adamant. He said, man, look, they didn't go nowhere. I said, man, I came further south and found all kind of bait like we saw, fish doing everything. I'm like, I'm telling you, I think they're here. No, we're gone. I'm glad I listened to it.
Yeah,
You know-
partner helped you out today, huh?
Yeah, normally I'm like, okay, I'm leading this group. I said, okay, we're gonna go. First 5 fish for 5-pounders, and I'm like,
It's gonna be a good day.
no. I was just like, oh boy, just the small ones are around. Next thing you know, the tanks come cruising by, and we didn't miss. Thank you, good Lord.
That's
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now the strategy comes into play because now we got all day tomorrow to find a flatfish and a trout. And I'm on good trout.
Right, going for that grand slam, huh?
Go for that grand slam.
I hear you.
739 redfish anchor's a pretty good grand
Yeah.
slam.
Yeah.
So that's what you had today, 739.
739 was the big one. 73 was his cousin.
That's
well,
good.
that's
That's
what I'm
good.
talking about.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
You don't have to tell us here on this podcast your spot, but when we shut this thing down in a minute, you're gonna give us a little.
I'll give you a little hint.
Okay, you give us a little bit. Hint.
I'll give you
Let me
some
get all
direction.
right. What were you fishing with today? Live shrimp?
No,
Really?
we were sight fishing.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
if you'd have looked at the forecast, cloudy, rain, you would have never thought we had live shrimp just in case we was going to have to pop a cork.
Right.
But like Monday, and this is what's funny. My partner, I'm the one always, because of my charter business and stuff, it's a habit to have live bait.
Right.
That's a good locator.
Right.
He is the one that he is always on an artificial. Does not matter. We could be slinging fish left and right on live bait. He's going to be the hard head to throw artificial.
Right.
Hey, and that's kind of what we've been doing lately with speckled trout. We've been throwing artificial and been tearing them up better than the shrimp.
Well, we went Monday. I tied on a spoon and was whipping his tail. And we laughed, and he goes, he goes, you realize what's going on right now? I said, yeah. You're fishing live bait. I'm fishing artificial. I'm whipping the fish.
He switched real quick, didn't
Oh no,
he? Did.
I give him credit.
Okay. all right.
He hung in there. But when it mattered, we brought him live bait. When you can get away with it, it's a great locator.
Right.
But we knew going in that we were going to sight fish.
Yeah.
And the weather, well, you can't, no clouds, bright sunshine. You cannot ask for better sight fishing weather. Slick, calm,
That's right.
Yeah.
Water's clear.
Really.
You can see grass.
Awesome.
You see big orange, and
Coming.
that's the advantage of them towers.
Right.
Because when I did it yesterday with my friend, he's a baseball man and he loves to fish. But I took him on what it's like, because he's a scout. He cross checks. So I'm like, now I'm going to show you how I scout, because that's what we love to do. He fish. I love talking baseball with him. I said, now you're going to see my world, what I really do. And he was amazed. I told him, I want to get him on that little boat. I have a little 16-foot Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on it one time. He was petrified. He's 6'4". He didn't like being on that little boat. I'm like, man, we are good. I've had this thing in 4-foot seas. He goes, not with me on it. In fact, I got a 24 Ranger we was on. We was doing some sketchy stuff. And he's like, now I see why they call you crazy. We were running this stuff. He goes, you don't know how deep it is? I said, just hang on.
Good dude.
He's hanging on going, prepare for impact. I said, we'll go. I said, this boat runs in 12 inches of water. We'll know if we run out real quick.
So you say you got the charter business, right?
Yes, sir.
Let people know how they can get in touch with you.
It's Crazy Cajun Inshore Charters. You can find me on Facebook, or I used to have a website. I'm trying to revamp that right now. Or just look it up. It's area code 251-709-6894. But it's not hard to find me on the internet somewhere.
Crazy
Okay.
Cajun.
Crazy. We can
With
remember that. We
K's.
can remember that one, can't we?
Yeah.
And it's crazy with K's. KRZYKJUN.
That's like us, bones to beers. Everything with Z's. So,
I hear you.
hey, we appreciate you coming on here and talking about it. And we might get with you and talk a little red fishing on the side.
Come on.
All right. All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we have Austin G with us now. He weighed in a couple fish. Tell us a little bit about your morning.
Started off around 5 this morning. Got out there while it was dark, trying to get our spot before anyone else got there. We fished for a little bit. Nothing really hit until you could see a school of redfish come in, and it was one after another.
Is that what you weighed in today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that all you weighed in?
Just some redfish.
Just some redfish?
Tomorrow we're targeting flounder.
Okay.
So
All right. What were y'all using for bait today?
artificial and shrimp.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Shrimp on what? You
Popping cork.
popping cork or free or what?
Many different ways. Popping cork, slip cork, free line, just
Just however.
Okay. All right.
whatever hits.
That's awesome.
What'd you weigh? What'd your redfish weigh in?
A little over 3.
Okay. All right.
They weren't the biggest, but
Okay. Anything else you really going after on the board? I know you say you're going to target flounder tomorrow, right?
yes, sir.
Don't tell me your spot, but what's going to be your tactic for tomorrow on those flounder?
Same spot. I fished the Condi tournament.
Uh-huh.
Took 3rd place flounder, and I'm hitting that exact same spot tomorrow.
Okay. What you going to use? Live bait? You going to use artificial? Yes.
That's what we do too.
That's what we do. Thanks to Drew.
Yeah. Thanks
So-
to Drew.
So he helped us
Okay.
out on that.
There is one artificial I use for my flounder, and it's the same thing every time.
Same thing every time. So you don't have to say it on the podcast, but you're going to let us know after we get off this podcast what you use.
We'll tell you
I
what.
don't know if I can do that.
Hey, we'll just tell you what we use.
We'll tell you what we.
You're not
use, son.
telling us your spot now. You can at least tell us what you use now. You don't have to do it on the air, but you can tell us on the side.
We'll talk it out.
Okay. He's kind of like us. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't want to give too much information.
I hear you. Well, good luck to you, Mark. So you're fishing tomorrow for those flounder. Anything else you're going to fish for tomorrow?
Probably just some Jack Crevalle.
Okay.
Make it a little more fun.
Yeah.
A little more of a fight. Go down south, see what we can find.
All right.
They've been running down there from what I've been seeing here
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
I heard they're sitting on the beach right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell
Hey.
people they're on the beach.
That's
All
what
right.
I've been hearing.
Well, good luck to you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on the winner's board.
I hope so.
All right, man.
All right. Thank. We have Marcus Kennedy with us right now. Marcus, tell us a little bit about your day today and what you did.
Well, we went out, tried to flounder fish this morning. The idea was to target a big fish, but we wound up catching a lot of small fish. So I said, well, let's go for the most live flounder again. So we got the live wells going and just kept throwing them in the live well.
How many did you end up with?
Had 32, brought 30 in alive, and 2 of them didn't make it, but they're plenty big to eat, and had one lumper that was over 3 pounds. So
Really?
Had a good morning.
That's
yeah.
a good
My
one.
goodness.
That-
You don't have to tell us where you were. We're gonna ask you that later when you get off of here. But but
We were in the bay towards Dolphin Island.
that narrows it down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Te-
south of here.
All right. Tell us your strategy and how you went about. What was your tactic today? You can at least tell us that, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We typically use artificial lures, use jigs with a curly tail grub, and just work a lot of areas and try to find a concentration of fish. Then once we get on the fish, we'll kind of work that area over and hopefully pull a big one out of the wad.
Right. But 30, you said you caught 32 live?
Yeah, had 32 and 30 of them made it here
Right
alive.
here.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's good.
That's
Got to have a good live well. And,
yeah,
you know, got
definitely.
an oxygenator in it. So when it's
Yeah.
hot in the middle of August, it's tough to keep things alive more than a half a day. So
Yeah.
we cut it off at noon and come in to get rid of these, and we'll go back out after a while to catch some more.
Well, Justin said you're big into conservation. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've always been active in the Gulf Council. I've been on a lot of advisory panels for, pelagic fish and bottom fish, red snapper and stuff for about 30 years. And I've been participating in this deal, trying to, bring in live flounder the last few years to,
Right.
help out with that effort.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good deal
Yeah,
there.
Justin told us last year they had over 100 live flounder brought in, and
Yeah. I had,
Did you bring in 100 last year?
no, I brought in 30 and won that division last year.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
uh-huh.
Okay.
well,
I got 22 today. I need to catch about 20 more, maybe. I think the fishing's pretty good. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of people bring some in. They don't die in this hot weather.
yeah.
That's a big thing to worry about. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and good luck. Are you going to fish this thing? You going to fish some more this afternoon?
Yeah, we're gonna fish today. I don't fish on Sundays. Go to church on Sunday, but fish today,
Outstanding.
catch fish for tomorrow, and might go back for an hour or two after church tomorrow. Come
Okay.
bring some more fish in.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and good luck to you.
Yeah,
Good
enjoyed
luck
it.
to you, man. Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.
We are back with another guest. Why don't you introduce him?
We got Cody Everett with us. Cody, I believe you weighed in some triple tail.
I sure did. I think we weighed in 3.
3.
So-
How big were they?
So biggest one was 28-17, and then 15, 16, a little over 16. So he don't even know he weighed the fish in.
Those are some good fish.
But 28-17, does that put you at the top right now?
It does for now.
Okay, for now, yeah. We saw what, 27 something up there earlier.
Yeah.
All right.
So how was the fishing today?
Man, it started off slow. We try to get on a speck bite and flounder bite. Didn't have much luck. I mean, we're catching little specks, and then we tried our luck in triple tail, and we found a few. So
Live shrimp,
dead
shrimp.
Really?
dead shrimp.
Huh.
Interesting.
Drew, what'd you catch yours on? Yeah, live and dead?
Okay.
I've always done live, so that's pretty good.
Were you sight fishing for them?
Absolutely not.
No. Just throwing under structure.
Yep, throwing under structure.
So you
Hope-
didn't, you
and
didn't
hope-
see any ahead of time, just hoping they were under there, huh?
Just hoping, blindfold fishing the whole time.
Wow.
That's
So-
interesting.
That's pretty good.
That is good.
So what are you actually, I know you got on triple tail today, but what were you said you started out with specs and flounder and stuff. What were you trying to, when you woke up this morning or whatever, what was your tactic for today?
So my tactic, I was trying to, I was wanting to get on a flounder bite first thing in the morning because for me, I haven't done much good catching triple tail early in the morning. So I wanted to try my luck in flounder, and we think we caught 2 flounder, weren't any size to them, and
Right.
then later in the morning that's whenever I start liking triple tail fishing, head on out. So
Okay.
Yeah,
It
let
look,
that
from
sun
here,
get
it
a
looks
little
pretty flat. Was it flat out there?
yeah, it was actually nice.
Yeah, that's the best time on triple tail. I know that. So I hadn't had that much luck. Every time I've gone this summer, it's been kind of rough. So that doesn't always work out. But what y'all shooting for tomorrow?
Man, might even go for triple tail, man. It's something I really enjoy catching and targeting and fishing for. I might try another spot to flounder fish in the morning, but we'll see.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in. We'll keep our eye on that leaderboard over there, and hopefully you'll stay up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good group of guys fishing, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
If not, maybe you catch one bigger.
Yeah, you
That's
never
right.
know.
All right. Good luck to y'all guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Chad. We got another guest. Go ahead and introduce him.
All right, we got Captain Sam Glass from Flyway Charters here. He weighed in some redfish. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the day, what it was like, the action on the water?
It was slick. Started out pretty cloudy. I actually ran a 4-hour trip before we even started fishing this tournament. And it was pretty fun. Had some redfish in areas that were harder to see. I do sight fishing only. And so finding those today was a little difficult with the cloud cover. Had a lot of glare, but eventually got on some of those schools and could see them moving and get that lure in front of them. And so fortunately we did well. Not quite good enough for first, but second and third's not bad.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
So is that specifically what you started out the day looking for?
So this morning I ran an early trip. I had a 4-hour charter, some older gentlemen that were new to fly fishing. And so we got out there, we caught a few fish. Wasn't our target species. I was really hoping to find jacks and bull reds. We did catch a bull red. We got on them, but couldn't quite get the cast there. So
Right.
they were excited to see it, but ready to come for casting lessons, to say the least. But it was definitely a fun-filled morning. And then fortunately, I got to go back to the dock, drop those guys off with a little casting lesson and homework to do when they go back to their house. And I picked up my wife, and we proceeded to fish the Finaddicts tournament. And so, I always love fishing with my wife, and we fish a lot of tournaments together. So it's a good camaraderie thing.
Right.
We get to enjoy that together.
So who caught the most fish, you or her?
Oh, that
She's sitting right here now, don't?
so that depends. Do we count all the accidental speckled trout I caught? Yeah, the speckled trout were wrecking me in front of redfish, and that was just unfortunate. But she wins today.
Okay, good. Usually wins every day, right?
Well,
That wa-
yeah. Well, no, technically I won. I've got her, and I'm in.
That's right.
So.
So you caught all these fly fishing.
No, not today. So this morning, my guest wanted to fly, and then sight fishing in cloudy conditions, having to cover water. As much as I love fly fishing and doing it that way, it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
So I'm not a stranger to a spinning rod, and I enjoy that too. Catching is catching to me. But yeah, it's the best way to put it is in the sight fishing world, fly fishing. When you're throwing a soft plastic or a popping cork or a shrimp, if you compare it to deer hunting, most of us are all avid outdoorsmen and understand the challenge and the being out there, and really a fish is just what ties us together, just to be out there. But in the sight fishing, fly fishing world, a shrimp under a popping cork would be compared to a high powered rifle with a very nice scope sitting in the heated deer stand under a corn feeder. That's like that's like a shrimp popping cork under the lights at night. Like that's as easy as we can make it.
Right.
So fly fishing, sight fishing is push poling a flat skiff or walking and wading. You get to go out there. You have this visual experience. It's a long wait and anticipation. It's you get to that creature and you get to have that one-on-one experience where you put that fly in front of that fish, you get them to eat, and you get that whole successful moment of putting all of the practice casting and tying flies and everything together. It's in the hunting world. It's like smoking a cigarette, drinking a Miller Lite with a red flannel shirt and blue jeans on, with a longbow in your hand, and you're walking and stalking, a 10-point buck. It's like that hard,
Right.
but you get to do it over and over again. It's like making fishing as difficult as possible.
Correct.
Right.
The next thing you can do, try and catch one with your hands. I don't know. But it's fun. It's fun. That hunting scenario, I like to use that as my example of how that fly fishing and sight fishing transfers. It's really, as hard as you could make it, but the reward at the end is just hugely rewarding
Right.
when you have that visual experience, eating the fly and coming to hand.
So you do that with your charter business? You do both?
So I would say I'm like 98% fly fishing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 98% fly fishing. I get guys ask me, can I bring a spinning rod? Or I've got my brother-in-law here in town. I want to fly fish, but he doesn't know how. So I want him to be able to fish. Yeah, we bring a spinning rod. I'm not opposed to it. Catching is catching. If it's fun to you, it's fun to me. And I like catching them on spinning rod. It's fishing.
Right,
We're all
right.
here. And again, whether it's fly fishing or dropping for snapper or whatever it is, you've got a community of people that have this one passion for one thing. And ultimately, eventually you get to forget that it's about catching the biggest fish or catching the most fish. And really it's just, the fish is just what brings us together as people.
So you fishing the tournament tomorrow, right?
I am not. I'm
Oh, you're not?
guiding tomorrow.
You're what?
I'm guiding tomorrow.
Oh, you are
I've got
guiding?
a full day,
Okay.
8-hour day guiding tomorrow.
That's what I was going to ask, if you were going to guide again before you fish the tournament.
No.
So this is it today, huh?
This was it. This was my one short hurrah, and we put some on the board, and that felt good. And so now I guess I go back to work tomorrow.
All right, make a little money. Huh?
That's
All
right.
right. Well, we appreciate you coming on here, and good luck with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank y'all for your podcast. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are wrapping up day one of the Saltwater Finaddicts Inshore Fishing Tournament. Is that the correct thing to say?
That is his 10th annual
10th annual. All right.
with co-host The Fever.
Add that in there. Drew, tell us a little bit about today's catch.
Man, we had a lot of good fish brought in. Everybody said the conditions were a little bit rough this morning, but turned into a slick day for everybody. So a lot of good fish brought in.
There we go.
2 big triple tail brought in and I believe they were a local triple tail too. So
Yeah,
Right.
they were.
And we just had another one right here at the last minute weighed in. So we'll.
Right now, the leader's 28.17 pounds on triple tail.
that was big
That's a big triple tail.
for sure, especially for Alabama waters.
Correct.
Well, tell us a little bit about flounder today.
All right. So there was 101 live flounder turned in based off the calculations.
That's
which
awesome.
I think that's a pretty good number
Like yeah,
because that's gonna.
what we did last year in 2 days. So
Yeah, I mean that's conservation efforts that this tournament's doing, putting on, and the state coming in and allowing y'all to do that's great.
absolutely, yeah. I helped a few of the guys get their flounder off their boat, put into live bags, and
Yeah, we
A
saw
lot of-
some of those coming through.
a
So
lot of
they
those
were
were s-
full.
yeah, and a lot of them were small, which is what we like what I was saying earlier.
Right.
Those small ones. So
Yeah.
Bennett Kircher caught a lot of small ones for the live weigh-in. So
He's actually leading the flounder category too, 3.62
Yeah.
pounds.
oh yeah, he don't just catch small ones.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a big mistake.
He's
All right. Well, that's probably going to wrap us up on day one. So unless you got anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right. Drew, you good?
Good man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, like we always say, if you're not in the woods or on the water, you don't know what you're missing.